I loved Power Club.
Come with me if you want to live.
I loved Power Club.
No time for time travel.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the No Time for Time Travel podcast. This is the first episode of the year, and I actually have Lam on the other line now, which we haven't recorded in such a long time since you've been busy with your vacation. So today we're just going to be going over main topic is going to be Japan. Also, for the listeners, I'm recording, and my youngest is right next to me, so you might hear some baby crying, but just FYI. But yeah. How are you, man?
Hey guys. Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, Tony. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't, well, I don't think we've recorded in like almost a year, right? Or anyway, it's been a while. But yeah,
And it's been a
I've
while. Been quite a while.
I was, on vacation for like a month, 3 weeks, so almost a month. And then I came back and it was good. It was good, but yeah.
Yeah, we were actually trying to hit this recording in December, but it was just not, the timing wasn't good enough. Like we were just busy, holidays and everything.
Yeah. So, but yeah. And now we can do it in the new year.
Yep. So cool. I mean, there's not really much to talk about, like in terms of like
Yeah.
news and stuff. I'm just like leaving
Right.
it blank.
Okay.
So I mean, we could just get right into it and just talk about your trip. So how long were you in Japan for?
Japan itself, I think only like 6 days. And then I spent like, I think 3 days in Osaka and then 3 days in Tokyo. So yeah.
Oh, you only did Osaka, Tokyo? Did you do Kyoto?
I did, but it was more like it's like 1 day in Kyoto, yeah.
Okay.
I included that as part of Osaka because it's like in the same area. That's why.
I see. Yeah, I think the last time I went was maybe 2019 or so.
Oh, okay.
And I went to the same three.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So yeah,
Um,
you went right before COVID then. Okay.
yeah, I think so. Maybe a little bit earlier than that.
Mhm.
But let's see. We can break down our discussion to each of the areas. So since
Sure.
you went to Kyoto, the shortest, let's start with Kyoto.
Sure, but before you do,
Uh,
I just remember something that you told me about the Japan trip, your Japan trip. Didn't you tell me that you had a really bad, what do you call it? Shoot, turbulence on the plane or something?
Oh, yeah. I
And
had
you're like,
very
you're
bad
so
turbulence on the plane.
I remember.
Yeah, the plane was actually shaking up and down. It was like I was experiencing the scene in Lost when the
Oh,
plane was about to
okay.
crash.
Oh my God, that is scary. That is very
Yeah,
scary for sure.
because like we had
Man.
bumps where like the plane would be like up and down, really strong, right?
Yeah,
We had some of the
right.
overhead compartments open up too.
Oh,
So that was scary.
it's really scary. Yeah, because things could fall out
Yeah.
and hit you on the head too. Yeah, like the head.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like a force enough to like open the upper compartments is like,
Mhm.
am I gonna die?
Yeah, I don't blame you. That is a really scary experience for sure. When I just thought about that, I'm like, didn't Tony tell me about this turbulence thing? I remember you were so like animated about it. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, scary, man.
But yeah, Kyoto. Well, you know what, Japan? Like, like I said, I went to three different. Well, I don't know what I said on this podcast, but I went to three different countries: Taiwan, Taiwan, Korea, and Japan. And so Japan was second. I had 6 days, so it wasn't too long. But it was probably the best. I enjoyed it the most out of the three countries. I had the best time in Japan. There's something about Japan that was really cool. The whole vibe, and of course the food. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's amazing.
the food is really good. But Kyoto, yeah. So we're starting with Kyoto. So Kyoto.
Mhm.
So the thing about our trip is that my friends and I mostly, I think the reason we actually travel was so we can try the food, right? And eat. So most of the stuff we did revolved around eating. But in Kyoto we did. I think we went to, where did we go? Oh, we went to the well, I think the very famous touristy spot that everyone goes to, the Arashima Forest, right? I think that's the name. Yeah, Arashima Forest, the place with all the bamboo trees, right? Where people take those photos. So we went
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, right. But it was, of course, like we went on a random day, like a weekday, like in the morning. We didn't expect it to be that crowded, but of course, still like all the tourists went, and it was so crowded, very crowded. Like walking through that path was like kind of claustrophobic, right? Because it's just people everywhere, right? It's really hard to take good photos because everyone's in the picture. But it was really fun. It was good. I liked it because I think I like Kyoto a lot too because as Tony already knows, I'm a big history buff, so I like historical like buildings and going to places that are a bit more rustic, and a store. And then,
Yeah, I think for
yeah,
Kyoto when I went, it was similar kind of feel, and it was more of like of the three, that's the most traditional one.
yeah,
So we kind of went to like a lot of like the temples as well, like the shrines.
exactly. But the thing
Did you
is,
go to
like,
any of those?
no, like the thing is, like, unfortunately, like, I don't know why, but we didn't. I don't think we went to any temples in Kyoto. Like, honestly, we only spent like 1 day there, so it's kind of short. But from what I remember, we only went to the forest, and then we walked to that one. I think there was like a. I don't know if it's downtown or this area where there's like a lot of restaurants and stores and stuff. I think it
Hmm.
was. I don't. Anyway, but yeah. So we spent a lot of time there. We just walked, and then we had a lot of. I think we went to this really good unagi don place. That was really good. I think it's like
Oh, okay.
a really famous place. So like it's eel, right? Eel bowl basically. And we had that. I think that's the thing that I remember the most about Kyoto. But what's also funny? I kind of underpacked for Japan. Actually, in general, because for the trip, because a lot of those countries were colder than I expected, right? Even though my friends already told me it was gonna be cold, but I didn't really. I mean, I believed them, but it's just like I was like, like, oh, I'm like bringing my jacket or sweater should be okay. But it was cold, so I just remember like I was like, hey, you know what? I just got a Uniqlo right there. This is like one of those puffer jackets, or you call 'em. And it's very thin,
You
but
know,
it's very warm. So that's what I remember in Kyoto.
yeah, yeah, it's funny. Like so, in a similar vein, but in a more extreme case for us, when we went,
Yeah.
there was a typhoon, and
Oh,
was it
really?
typhoon or monsoon? I don't remember. I think it was typhoon.
Oh my God.
And it was a day where I know we're veering into Tokyo, but I'll just mention this because it's related to
Yeah.
weather. But we booked our tickets for Disney, and it was during a typhoon that morning. They said typhoon warning, but we're like, we already booked for
Uh,
Disney, so we're still gonna go. So when we went to
right.
Disney, and typhoon crazy, but like we don't have the right gear, so
Right.
we had to end up buying we had to go buy a coat, but
Yeah.
we had to buy a Disney coat that was super thin and
Nice.
highly expensive.
Oh my God.
So
That's the worst.
yeah,
Oh man.
but I mean, it's a souvenir, right? And we'll never
Yeah.
forget being at Disney in
Yeah.
the typhoon. So
Yes. Definitely a memory for sure. By the way, this is not a sponsorship
yeah,
for Uniqlo. I'm just saying. It's just it's just a random.
yeah.
But you can
Did
sponsor
you?
us unique. That's joking. Did it
Yeah.
what? Sorry.
Did you try any tempura places in Kyoto?
No, we actually didn't. We only had one meal in Kyoto, to be honest. And then
Oh, okay.
we went back to Tokyo. Oh no, sorry, not Tokyo, Osaka at night, and then we had dinner there. Because I was meeting up with I actually had a Japanese friend I was meeting up with, so I had to get back to meet her. Yeah, but
Oh, okay.
no, I did. Actually, I didn't have any tempura on the Japan trip. Can you believe it? It's funny because I feel like I ate a lot, but for some
What?
reason that was not one of the meals I ate. Yeah, it's funny, right?
Oh
That's what
man.
I kept telling people like I have to go back to Japan. I feel like there's a loss. First of all, it was a very short trip, so I didn't get to do much and eat everything I wanted to. But secondly, I like Japan a lot, so definitely there are other places in Japan I would like to check out as well. But yeah, no, I
Yeah, we
didn't.
went to, was it a week and a half or two, almost 2 weeks, and we still feel like we want to come back too.
No, oh, I see.
There's just
Yeah,
so
I know.
much.
Because there's so many places in Japan that to check out. Like for example, I don't know if you've been, but I know there's also like Sapporo right in the north, for example. That's I heard it's pretty cool to check out
Yeah.
as well. And then Hokkaido and Fukuoka in the south, I think. So there's some places, definitely some other places to check out as well, or even Tokyo, right? Like I didn't check out all of Tokyo or Osaka either. So definitely want to go back.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it's so unfortunate you didn't try the tempura in Japan because the tempura
Mhm.
over there is so much different than here.
Oh, is it?
It's like,
Oh man,
yeah, it's light. It's same thing, battered, right? But it's
yeah.
done in a way that's lightly crisp. So it's just
Mm,
like I'm not a fan of tempura here, but when I went there, I was a pretty big
mm,
fan because it was just like the right
okay.
balance, I guess.
Got it. I see what
So,
you mean. Yeah, the tempura here is very heavily battered. For sure. Yeah.
hmm.
I'm not the biggest fan of tempura here either. So, oh yeah, it was definitely too bad that I missed it in Japan.
So that's all you did in Kyoto then? You didn't do anything else?
Yeah. Oh, wait, did I do anything else? Yeah, that's all I did. I think the only thing we did was the forest. Yeah, and then walked around the main street and then checked out the shops and stuff. And then and then we had a lunch. Then went back. Well, it was still like a whole day because I remember I left around 5, and it takes like an hour to get back to Osaka, right, from on the train. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole day. But I don't think we really did anything significant other than the forest.
Okay. How was your so I guess we're done with Kyoto. How was your travel? Like did you take bullet train? Like what kind of like travel did you do?
So in Japan, mostly like from Osaka to like Kyoto and back and stuff. Yeah, we took the train, the regular train, I guess you call it. But from Osaka to Tokyo, we definitely took the bullet train. Yeah, because otherwise it would be way too long.
Oh yeah. I remember the bullet train like it's just like I haven't been on many trains and the bullet train was like so cool
Yeah.
because it was like so silent, super
Yeah,
silent but super
I
fast.
know. I really like you know what? I really like the bullet train mainly because we got to sit down, like honestly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. On the regular train, in Japan, most of the time you probably won't get a seat and you have to stand. So that was awesome.
Hmm.
And just to make sure we reserved our seats too. But of course, we probably didn't need to just because there weren't that many people on the train. But we didn't know, right? We just had to play it safe. And then you know what's also
Yeah.
awesome about it is you can buy bento boxes to take on the train to eat.
Oh
It's,
really?
it's a long trip. Yeah, 'cause
Oh.
the station, they have this place where you can buy food in bento boxes. And then you can take it on board and eat it there. Yeah, that was my
Yeah. There's
part of the bullet train.
there's just so much convenience. I think like what about your experience with vending machines? Like did you see a lot of vending machines there?
In Japan, I think, yeah, you know what's funny? I did see, but we didn't really buy anything from the vending machines. But we did go to a lot of convenience stores, though. That's my favorite part about Japan and also Asia in general is the like the proliferation of convenience stores. Basically, they're everywhere and like they really live up to their name, right? Unlike in the US, they're convenience stores. Like they're literally, well, there's like literally one every block. Unlike the US, you have to drive out a bit further to find one, right? And I'm like, oh my God. And
Yeah,
literally
which
you can go
is
to any and get food
yeah.
and yeah, and it's awesome. And it tastes good too. Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the 7-Eleven over there compared to here is
Yeah.
night and day, man.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right. Because here, you don't want to, it's like the food at 7-Eleven here is kind of questionable. Especially the
Yeah,
natural.
yeah,
Are we gonna get sued by 7-Eleven?
yeah.
But
Oh, here's a fun
yeah.
trivia fact. You know why it's called 7-Eleven?
You know what? I read that the other day. Let me, if I remember correctly, it. I can't remember anyway. What is it?
When initially opened, 7-Eleven reflected its hours from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. That's why it's initially called 7-Eleven, but the name just stuck like after that.
Yeah,
So
right. Okay, because okay. For some reason, I thought it was like 7 days a week, but then I'm like, what's the 11 for? It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. But that makes sense. Okay. And then remember how many? Not just 7-Eleven too, right? They have like a lot of Lawsons in Japan. Like basically a lot.
oh yeah, Lawson and
Too.
Family Mart. Do you go to Family Mart?
Oh my God, I love. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, did I go to Family Mart in Japan? Maybe I can't remember a day, but I went to Family Mart in Taiwan. It's also really awesome. But yeah, but I do know they have Family Marts everywhere in Japan.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh.
You know what's sad? Many years ago, Family Mart tried coming to the US and they rebranded themselves as Famima with 2 exclamation marks in the back. I don't know if you remember that, but
I
yeah,
don't.
Famima,
No.
F-A-M. Okay, they even had one in South Coast Plaza. And it was
Are you
cool,
serious?
but because of yeah, it was nice, like it was cool. But because of the way that, importing and taxes and all that stuff,
Yeah.
it caused price increases compared to like, the original place. So then it was like not as,
Oh, right.
convenient,
There's no
I
point.
guess,
Yeah.
or cheap.
Right.
So
No
yeah,
point. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. It has to be cheap. Right. Makes sense. Because okay. Oh, interesting. But you know what else I
Yeah.
didn't cover that was interesting? Lawson was actually originally a U.S. chain. Like literally, if you
Lawson?
Google
Really?
Lawson. Yeah. It said the store originated in the U.S. in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. What exists today is a Japanese company based in Shinagawa, Tokyo. Yeah.
Wow.
I thought like when I first came back, because I just looked it up randomly. And I'm like, oh my God, what's it? Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense with the name, right? Lawson. Right? So
Exactly.
that's a
Yeah.
very American name.
But a lot of these Asian countries, they have a lot of.
Huh?
No, I was just saying a lot of these Asian countries, they have a lot of their stores and companies, or I mean, places like coffee shops or whatever have American names. So you think it's based, it was originally an American chain, but it's not, which is also interesting. But yeah.
Yeah. You know what? That also reminds me of something I found out maybe a few months ago. Sega actually originated as an American company.
Wait a minute, that one is trippy. Sega?
Yeah,
That
Sega.
is
I know, right? It's
amazing.
weird because it's only like headquartered Japan now, and it's like
Mhm.
everyone knows them as a Japanese company, but originally
Oh,
they were like kind of a combination of like US companies trying to like push
oh,
gaming in Japan.
I see.
I think it was
Yeah, you're
paintballs or
right.
something at first. I don't remember.
Founded in
So
1960 by
yeah.
two American businessmen. Oh, you're right. Oh, that is
Yeah,
cool.
isn't that weird?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's
It
like
wasn't
people in the US
interesting.
found it and then Japan made it
Mhm.
better.
But it's very interesting. It didn't the original name wasn't Sega. It was Nihon Goraku Busan,
Yeah,
which is also sounds like a Japanese name, right? Which is funny.
very Japanese. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's weird. It's so weird to me.
it is weird because like during that time, okay, it was founded in 1960, and that during that time, I don't think Japan was known like internationally for like electronics or video games yet, right? I mean, I could be wrong. Okay.
Yeah, I think Nintendo was also around, but they were focused on playing cards.
Exactly. So my point is, what made these businessmen think that Japan was going to be like the next big thing in video games? So why did they give it a Japanese name or Japanese sounding name anyway? Right? That makes me
Yeah,
curious.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Like, what was the
But
motive
yeah,
behind? But yeah,
I mean, just to probably capture a new market because they're the most populous like country, right?
right, right, okay. But yeah, that is. Oh man, that's interesting for sure. But the more I saw something that I'm actually on the page right now, the Wikipedia page for Sega, but something else that found out just now. The international branch is headquartered in one of the international branches is headquartered in Irvine. Did you know that?
I did not know that, but I'm also not surprised because Irvine has a few big gaming
Two.
companies. Like Blizzard is
Yes.
founded or
Right.
headquartered there or
Oh,
something.
yeah. That's Blizzard is Irvine's favorite son. Yeah,
Yeah.
hometown favorite for sure.
Yeah,
I
when you
remember
and I
because
went to university,
yeah,
we went
wasn't it
to university in Irvine, right? So
right? Wasn't it like located in University Tower? No, it's not. Sorry, that's something else.
no, but
University
it was
Tower.
very close.
Okay.
Yeah, if you take Bison like back, like I think towards the bluffs, like towards Fashion Island, it's like around there somewhere.
Oh, okay. So it's near that area. Okay, got it. But Taco Bell was also located in University Tower.
Yeah, yeah. University Tower had a lot of like business come in and out.
Yeah,
I think like Jack
yeah.
in the Box became Lee's Sandwiches or something.
That's funny. I don't know why that's funny. Yeah, but I'm not surprised. These sandwiches. They're like, look at
Yeah,
the demographics of UC Irvine. You know what? I think these sandwiches would do well here.
I know, right? And it made total sense, and it did do
It
well.
made a
They're
lot of
like
sense.
they
Yeah.
freaking like take over everyone there. So
Yeah. Awesome. By the
yeah,
way, these sandwiches started in San Jose. Yeah. Represent San Jose.
yep, yep.
But wait, what other video game companies are based in Irvine, Tony? Other than Blizzard and Sega? I don't think I know anything.
I can't remember, but there's like a
Okay.
couple.
Got it. Okay. Cool. But wow, we went on this long detour about
I know,
Sega. But anyway, yeah, it has to do with
as
Japan.
always.
As always. But that's our MO, That's what makes this podcast.
Yeah, I
Going
mean,
off on
okay. Since we're talking about
tangents.
we just talked about Sega, right?
Mhm.
Let's head into Tokyo since Sega used to have Sega towers in Tokyo.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
what did you enjoy about Tokyo? What did you do in Tokyo?
Well, first of all, the first thing I would say is the thing I probably enjoyed the most was going to the Sega Tower. Hey, which by the way, shout out to Tony. He was the one who suggested that I do that. It's like he told me about it. He's like, "Hey, you're in Tokyo. You should check out the Sega Tower." Oh, okay. It was like I think they renamed it the Gigo or Giga Tower now.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's in Akihabara district. And you know what? It was my
Mhm.
favorite. It's probably the most fun thing I did in Tokyo, which is funny because I went there and they're like six. There are three different towers. I think I only went to two of them. I forgot which ones. The first and the second building, I think, or the second and third. I can't remember. But each building has like 7 stories, and each story has its own kind of theme. Like I think the first and second floors had like a lot of these crane games, right? The ones where you win the prizes that
Mhm.
Tony's really good at. The third and the fourth and fifth and stuff had the video games. But each of the video game floors had its own different kind of games. Like I think there was one floor that just had music games. And the music games were crazy. Like you would go to those floors and you saw that people like you can tell they were hardcore gamers, right? Like there's a game, I don't know if you know this game, Tony, but it's like a it's like a I think it's like a bit based on musical beats. But you have to tap the screen or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But like the people would wear gloves while playing. Do you know what I'm tapping? Oh, they're not tapping the screen, but they're like kind of like swiping the screen. I forgot. I don't know. I forgot what it was called, but it was pretty fun. But yeah, they were so serious, and they were like, they had they brought their own gloves. That's how crazy they were. And then anyway, and then I remember playing DDR as well. And me and my friends, we're total newbies, right? And we were super, and we're kind of, and we're old too. So we were so tired after playing like
Yeah.
right? But like I saw this guy, and he was like playing on 2 different pads at the same time, and he had like a 450 combo or something, move combo or something. I think I remember telling you, Tony, and you were like, "Oh yeah, that's normal for Japanese gamers or something."
I was about to say, yeah, that's normal.
And I'm like, "Oh my
Uh,
god."
I was gonna be like
Yeah,
consistent with like my answer.
exactly. But it was so crazy. He was like flying on 2 different pads, and I was like, "Man, how does someone move that fast? Is it humanly possible?" But apparently it is. But yeah, so that was the thing I remember the most about the towers, you know? But I just remember, yeah, it was really fun. I think we also played like a lot of different games. Oh, we played Street Fighter too. And then the fun thing is that you can play while you're playing. I think if you can play online or multiplayer, and it connects you with other people, either like all over Japan or like in different parts of the tower or something like that. But we didn't see them, right? But then we were playing with them, like a tournament style. And yeah, it's fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then we were playing this kind of like a Need for Speed similar type of game. And the 3 of us sat down. And then I think this Japanese guy also sat down, and he just totally destroyed us. When we were done, he was just looking at us and kind of smirking or smiling. We were like, "Hey, that was good." It was almost like he was sitting there. If I remember correctly, he was probably already there. For some reason, I didn't pay attention. It's almost like he was sitting there and kind of waiting for people to come and challenge him, to play, and so he can beat them. It's so funny. Almost like
He's probably just
like
thinking, these
yeah, he's like a hustler.
what?
But
Yeah.
it's fun.
No, I was thinking he was like he's just thinking, yeah, these American tourists, yeah, let's get
Yeah,
them.
they're like these newbies. These I can handle so easily. He's like, what do you call them? A video game shark. Not a game shark. Literally game shark.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, and other than that, Tokyo, so I also the second thing that I enjoyed the most in Tokyo was Tokyo Disney Sea. I think I told you as well, right? Is that the one you went to where it
Well,
was
yeah,
raining
yeah.
and stuff?
Yes,
Back
that's
in
the one
2019.
where a typhoon hit. So all the
Yeah.
outdoors stuff like were closed, but
Mhm.
all the indoor stuff like Journey to no, not was it 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? That
Yeah.
ride is
Oh
like half
man.
in, half out, right? But it was
Oh
crazier
man.
because the outside part was all like rainy, so it kind of went into theme with like the ride itself.
Uh,
So
Definitely on theme. Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, so that was really fun. I really liked Tokyo Disney Sea. It's really cool, especially the rides. Unfortunately, a lot of the rides were either the line was super long, like a 2-hour wait, so we skipped a lot of them. Or like they were under maintenance actually. The Journey to the Center of the Earth ride was under maintenance, man. They closed it. I was like, man, that's too bad. I really wanted to do that one. But I did do the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride. And also the Indiana Jones ride. Did you do that one? That was pretty cool too.
Oh, I
The
thought
Indiana
Indiana Jones
Jones.
was the same as the Disneyland one, so I didn't do
Yeah,
it.
it was pretty. But I actually haven't done it at Disneyland, so it's kind of new to me, I guess. But other than
Oh,
that,
okay.
and then did we watch any show? No, we didn't. What else did we do there? Oh, the fireworks at night was pretty cool too. The fireworks show. Or the fireworks show. That's right. I was like, was it the
Oh, we didn't
fireworks
do
show
that
or
because they closed the park.
oh, I see.
Yeah, they closed the
They-
park early at 4 p.m. because of the typhoon getting worse.
Oh, that
So
yeah.
it was really
That's a
bad.
bummer. Yeah, I see.
No,
You feel
it was really bad. Yeah, the wind was so strong that it was lifting us. So it was so bad.
you
But
guys
like
were
we
like
were like we paid for these.
it's so, oh, no. I want to say so Asian. You're like, I gotta get my money's worth, even if there's a type.
I mean, we are Asian, so it's so Asian because we are. I mean, it's just
Exactly,
so like
exactly.
gotta get because we plan like Tokyo's visit around that trip, around that Disney
Yeah,
thing, right? Because
yeah.
my wife
Oh,
is
I
such a big
see.
Disney fan.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, oh man, like we gotta do this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, if we die at Disney. It's kind of nice.
That's like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? It's not a bad I like that. But
Yeah.
but no, so that was really fun. But here's the trippiest part, Tony. So like one of my former colleagues who I was actually really good friends with, right? And then he moved to Miami for work as well. So I haven't seen him since then, right? In person. It's a funny story, and it's kind of like it's not the details are kind of funny, so that's why I'm telling it, right? But basically, we were on the same fantasy football league, so we were just randomly talking about fantasy football while I was in Tokyo, and I was like, hey, your team is doing pretty bad. He sent me a picture, one with a bidet. He was like, oh yeah, he's trying to tell me that his team was like, crap, right? Basically, right? And then then he added, oh, that's also my way of telling you I'm in Japan. I'm like, no way, dude. Are you also in Japan? Are you also in Tokyo? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you're not going to believe this, but I am too. And that's how we
Oh,
looked up. I was like, dude, are you?
oh my gosh.
You see, he's like, oh, you know what? Because I'm here for my wife's here for work, so I'm just here with her. So she's really busy working all the time. So I have nothing to do anyway. Yeah, sure, I'll come with you guys. See you, man.
Oh my.
So we reunited, not in we had a reunion, not in the US or even Miami, but in Tokyo. So it was the most surreal thing ever. Yeah, it was so funny. That was pretty cool though.
Yeah, that's always fun. I think I had a similar experience about that in Europe. Like I
Oh,
didn't talk to a friend for a while,
yeah.
but then like we were randomly in Europe at the same time. So we met up.
Did you?
And it
How
was
did
in
you find out?
France.
Like it was just a like coincidence that you found out, or like you kind of knew beforehand?
Oh, I saw on Facebook.
Oh, okay. That's yeah, I see. That's cool. Awesome. Yeah, isn't that funny though? When that happens, you're like, wow, what are the chances of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the same country too, no doubt. To boot, right? Like, especially in Europe, so big.
I know, right? So
Right.
it's
Other than that, Tokyo. So I really enjoyed Disney Sea and Akihabara and the Sega Tower.
Taking a little break here to talk to you guys about Zencaster. And on this podcast, we use Zencaster to record our podcast. What I love about Zencaster is it's a local recording that gets uploaded to the cloud so that each person recording gets their own high quality recording. So by the end of it, I get individual recordings from each person so that I can edit it together pretty easily. You basically go onto Zencaster, create a room, and then everyone joins, and then recording starts and ends just as simple as that. It's also an all-in-one solution, so you can actually host and publish your podcast straight from Zencaster. Go to zencaster.com/pricing and use my code NOTIMEFORTIMETRAVEL, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencaster paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experience as I do for all my podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story.
What else did you do in the Akihabara?
Oh, that's the only thing I did. Actually, it's a very short trip. Yeah, and then we were just trying to
okay.
I think we only did half a day because I think I also had to rush back because I had to meet my friend too, another friend in Japan that night. So yeah, I didn't have that much time to spend there. And then I went to Shibuya Crossing, but it was like very briefly, like literally for like half an hour. And then we left. Yeah, that's why I want to go back, because I feel like Japan was like, even though I liked it the most, I feel like I didn't do a lot there. I didn't get to do a lot.
Yeah. I mean, at the Shibuya Crossing, I think we went there and we stayed there for a while because we're trying to find the best place to look down at the crossing.
Yeah.
And we ended up going to the Starbucks at one of the corners and going on the second
okay.
floor. And that's where we kind of filmed the whole like Shibuya Crossing.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it's just so
Yeah.
cool.
I see. Because I saw there were some coffee shops, like with with a view. Definitely where you can
Mhm.
look down
Yeah.
and record for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
It's
I
always
did.
weird to like,
Yeah.
I was to say, it was always weird to be in an American franchise in Japan, like Starbucks or McDonald's.
I know, right. But then they have different items. That's the cool part though. Like, like things
Oh,
that are
yeah.
specific to the country that, people in that country like. So I still think it's pretty kind of cool. I didn't try Starbucks or McDonald's in those countries just because I have a friend who was traveling with us that's very like snobby about that kind of thing. Like not snobby, but like, we joke about it. He's always like, no, we only authentic things. We can only go to authentic. We should only go to authentic places. So, you know what I mean? So we don't go to any of them.
Yeah, I get it.
Chains. Yeah. But other than that,
Yeah, but the thing is, you go to the American chains, there's going to be
yeah.
Japanese specific things, right? So that's
Yeah,
I
exactly.
only go to the American chains to get the Japanese items. I don't get the American items. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a unique experience, I guess.
yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, do you know? Have you heard of the Tokyo Sky Tree? That's where we close to where we stayed, and it's pretty cool. It's like this tower, right? But it has everything like restaurants. It has like a lot of stories, right? Like maybe more than 20 stories. But basically, it has like everything. It has restaurants and shops, local shops. You can buy stuff, and then it even has like a planetarium in there too. That's cool. But I just remembered like
I don't
they had.
think so.
Okay. Maybe it wasn't around. Maybe it looks kind of new, so maybe it wasn't around when you went. But like, I had like the best soft serve in my life at the Tokyo Sky Tree. It was so good. Like, actually in Asia in general, like, their soft serve is so much better than the ones I've had in the U.S. Soft serve ice cream, and I was like, man, this is so good. I keep talking about it to everyone I meet. I'm like, just the soft serve is so. But yeah, I think it's because of the milk. I think maybe because of condensed milk. I don't know what the difference is, but it's just so much better. Yeah. And
Yeah, I
then
haven't tried. I don't remember trying that
okay.
because I think it was like, oh, one of those things where like, oh, we have this in America.
Yeah.
So
And I think okay, the last thing that I really enjoyed in Tokyo, I don't know if you went there as well, but a lot of tourists go here. The Tsujiki fish market. It's like a very famous fish market in
yeah,
Japan where they have fresh fish and stuff. But then you can get like a fresh sushi and stuff, a sushi bowl. And there's like this famous place where they have like this giant like prawn cracker or octopus cracker. That's like as bigger than your face, that kind of thing.
hmm
So a lot of it
yeah,
revolved around eating, as you can see. So yeah.
yeah. We were unfortunately unable to hit the
Mhm.
market because of how
Mhm.
early we're supposed to go.
Oh.
We didn't have time because we were scared we might miss our train to the next city.
Oh,
So
okay.
we
I
didn't go.
see. So
But
what?
we did have sushi in
Mhm.
Tokyo. We went to a Michelin
Mhm.
star restaurant. So
You were on a tight schedule.
it was good.
Definitely a tight schedule, huh? Okay.
Yeah, we were. We were a pretty tight
Okay.
schedule. Because we also did like I think I can't remember what the tower was called or building, but it was like Tokyo Circus, I think. I don't know. But it was a building of like basically escape room experiences and kind of like escape games.
Oh,
And
really?
different floors had different things. Yeah. So
Oh.
we played only one, but there was like
Yeah.
other stuff too. There
Oh,
was like a
that's
Metal Gear
cool.
Solid themed like sneaking around thing.
Whoa, that's
And I was
cool. In
like,
an escape room? That's so fun. Wow. In Tokyo,
yeah,
right?
we didn't do that one though.
Oh, you didn't do that.
Yeah, it's was it Tokyo Circus or Tokyo? Let me see.
Mhm.
Tokyo Circus Mystery. Let me see.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, yeah, it's the
That's
Tokyo Mystery Circus. That was the one.
did you already have your escape room at that time?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's a good experience to get some ideas and stuff. Yeah, that was cool.
It was cool. They had even like in the gift shop, they had like this kind of like a packet that you can buy, and
Yeah.
then the packet was like a little booklet where you go throughout the city to like solve things. So it was
Oh, I
cool.
see.
It was like basically like a scavenger puzzle escape room kind of thing, but throughout the
Oh, okay,
city.
okay.
So it kind of
Got
forces
it.
you to be a tourist too. Like, yeah, forces you to kind of like go see these like famous things.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, and then there's some other places I really wanted to check out. Like for example, in Osaka, I wanted to go to like a Nintendo Land, right? Or Universal Studios. Or I think there's also I don't know where this is, but there's a Studio Ghibli museum or something. Yeah.
hmm
Oh man, bring it back to gaming. Bring it back to gaming. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I definitely want to go back. It's such a cool place.
What else did you do in Osaka since we're talking about Osaka
Oh,
now?
Osaka. Also, oh man, I think all I did in Osaka was like the touristy stuff. We went to this area called Dotonbori. I think you probably went there too, right?
Yeah.
And,
I love that place.
oh really? You love? Oh, I didn't know if you would love it that much. It's yeah, it's like
Oh
about
yeah,
street
it's
food and walking
awesome.
around. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You
liked
can
it too.
you can walk around and find everything you want there, man. It's amazing. And also like the animal cafes, like
Oh, I
the
didn't go, but yeah,
Owl Cafe.
that's
Oh
right.
yeah.
Owl cafes, and there's like a hamster cafes. There's a lot of animal cafes. You're right. It was cool.
hmm
But I had really good ramen in Osaka too. At Dotonbori. Oh, so good. It
I think
blows away anything that we have in the U.S. Crazy.
yeah, I never had okonomiyaki, like the Japanese
Mhm.
like pancake thingy until
Yeah,
Japan because my wife told me about it. And
yeah.
then I had it there and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And then I come back to the US. I'm like, I want some. And I ordered it. And it's like the
Yeah.
worst thing ever. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's, yeah. Like you said, it's kind of like tempura, right? I think maybe in the US, we use too much batter or something. I don't know.
It's too much sauce. They over sauce it.
Sauce.
So
Oh,
all you
right.
taste is
Okay.
sauce.
Yeah. But even Japan, I liked it, but it's not my favorite meal. I don't like I think it's just too greasy. Yeah. Okonomiyaki. Yeah. That's not my favorite, but it was
Yeah.
good. But I think my favorite meals in Japan were by far the jirashi-dan, which is the sushi bowl, and unagi-dan, I think.
Mhm.
And then I also like going to the random izakayas and just having the fucking skewers and stuff.
You know, it's funny you say that. The very first thing we did, right, was go to the
Yeah.
izakaya next to our Airbnb when we landed.
Oh yeah.
And it was like the worst food ever.
Oh, really?
Because I had I was like, ooh, horse sushi. I want to try that. I had it. It's like so gamey. Like it's like the worst thing ever. And then like I was like, okay, I gotta try traditional. Let's do salmon sashimi. And I tried the salmon. I had a bone freaking in my salmon sashimi.
Mhm.
I was like, what the heck, man? This is like the
Oh
worst
my
first experience of
God.
Japan.
Ugh. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, that's too bad. Horse sashimi, you're very adventurous. I guess you wanted to try new things.
Well, I mean, after that, I'm like, okay, no more adventure. I was like, back to traditional.
Here's your own adventure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I like to not get sick the rest of the time I'm there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because they have a lot of, I think they have chicken sashimi in Japan too. But I'm like, oh, yeah.
yeah. I saw that and I'm like, I am not sure I want to get disease. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know
I
how it's
know.
prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like the idea of chicken sashimi is a little questionable to me.
Yeah.
But,
That
you know,
stuff is very scary.
because
Yeah.
we don't know how they
It's
prepare it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or the other thing, pufferfish. I know it's such a delicacy, but I
Oh.
don't want to try it.
No, it's too dangerous. Afraid for me. 'Cause I
Yeah.
think you can die if it's prepared incorrectly, right?
Yeah. If the toxin is too much, just a little bit too much, then you can just
Mhm.
paralyze and die.
Oh,
So,
oh no.
yeah.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. I don't like those risky foods because I mean I'm sure most of the time it's safe, but you never know, right? But
Yeah.
I will say,
Especially in
I
a
will
foreign
say,
country.
yeah, especially in the foreign country. But I did. This is something I did that was very scary for me too, as well. But it turned out to be pretty good actually. I had raw beef in Korea. It was
Oh, wow.
I'm
Completely
very
raw?
skeptical. Yeah, completely raw. It's a very it's a big thing in Korea. But I think it's called like yukwe. But I didn't have it, and then I also had raw octopus too. But it wasn't like a big one. They cut into bits and pieces, right? But like anyway, I had the bibimbap, right? It's like a mix of vegetables and raw fish, whatever they have in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
But so I had the raw beef in that, so it wasn't just alone by itself. So it was, but it's actually pretty good. But I don't know if I would have it again though. But the raw octopus, I think I actually like that better because I don't know, it tasted because of with the sesame oil and stuff. It tasted kind of it was all right. But yeah, that's definitely very adventurous for me. Because I mean, I eat raw stuff, of course.
Yeah.
But sushi is the extent of it, you know.
Oh, yeah. Same here. Like, I don't just pick up a
Yeah.
piece of, like, you basically, okay, here's the cow. You cut it and you eat it right away. That's like raw beef right there.
Yeah, I
Like, that's
know.
like intense.
Basically, that's very intense. And the
Yeah.
worst part is that I had it while I was sick too. You know, I was like, man, is that a good idea?
Oh my gosh.
And then,
Yeah.
actually, I felt better after I had it. Maybe I had my sickness. But no, definitely very.
You get that. You get that whole like
yeah.
YOLO mentality. You only live once, yo.
Like literally, it could be the
So-
last minute of your life.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Japan. Oh, and what else did I do in Osaka? I also went to like the Osaka Tower and stuff. It was cool too because you had a really nice view and at night, you know, with the lights and stuff. It's nice for like Instagram photos and stuff, or just taking photos in general. Yeah. But yeah, that's about all.
So you didn't
I think for my
do any of the animal cafes you said, right?
no, because it depends on the group you go with too. You know, they're not really into it. You know, and it's kind of okay. You can't go by yourself, right? The people
Yeah,
you go
yeah. I mean, that's fair because it was just me and my wife that went. So we got to choose what we both wanted to do. So it was pretty
Exactly.
easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was pretty easy to just kind of decide. We're just
Yeah,
two
the
people.
bigger the group is, the harder it is to do everything.
Yeah, because then you have people who like different things, and
Yeah,
it becomes
exactly.
difficult, like voting for what to do.
Yeah, exactly. But that's another reason why I want to go back for sure. Oh man, Japan is cool because also something I wanted to do, but maybe go to the hot spring, but then I'm like, you really have to unrobe. So I'm like, let me think.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind
we
of
skipped on that on
onsen.
purpose.
Yeah, onsen. Yeah.
Mm.
If there's a private onsen that I would be up with or down. So well, I have to
hmm
look into it.
The thing I remember going, like I really enjoyed, even though I can't drink anymore, is the Suntory distillery where they make Yamazaki,
Okay.
they make Hibiki. Yeah, that was
Oh.
pretty cool to kind of see that whole place and see the history. So I
Oh,
thought that was
so
cool.
like is it a beer or not
No,
only a beer, sorry,
it's a
distillery.
whiskey.
Oh, whiskey.
Whiskey.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so that's back when you still drink, right? Is that what you said?
No, I already stopped drinking, but I still wanted
Oh,
to
okay,
go
okay.
because I love that whiskey so much.
Oh, I see, I see. Got it. Yeah, there's a
Oh, and
yeah.
just for the listeners to know, I didn't stop drinking because I'm an alcoholic. I stopped drinking because I just wanted to prevent my liver from like getting bad. So that was just the whole reason behind that.
Health issues, right? Okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Tony, you were such a raging alcoholic back in the day. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, but what else? Japan. Yeah, I think it's a lot of eating, mostly eating, to be honest. Not a lot of sightseeing, which I probably, but then again, also like it depends on the people you go with, because I'm like a lot of them say they've already been there and stuff, and to be honest, they didn't even want to go to Tokyo at first because they said it was too crowded or whatever. But of course, I think they kind of went because of me, because I've never been there, right? In Japan in general, so they kind of it's like a compromise, I guess. So even then, so now you understand why I couldn't really we didn't really do a lot. And it was a short trip too, so they didn't know. They kind of
I
wanted
mean,
to
in
skip
Tokyo, you
Japan
got to do the
altogether.
big things.
Yeah, exactly. The big,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
of them, but they wanted to skip Japan in general, just because they've already been there. But I'm like, oh man, no, I gotta go,
Oh,
right? So yeah, so that's how it went down.
how do you even want to skip Japan? Like every time I hear
I
Japan, I
know.
want to go back. It's weird. Like most people I know will want to go back to Japan. They don't want
Me
to ever
too.
skip it, like on a trip.
Yeah, exactly. People I know really love it. Well, I would be down to go back. So Japan's awesome.
hmm
Yeah, it's funny though
Yeah.
because
So we
especially
actually,
now. We'll go ahead. Drew.
oh, I was saying we actually got a question from our listener. But go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, it's funny because now, like, Japan is such a big thing. Like, everyone's I know or like I've talked to is going to Japan or has gone to Japan recently or something. It's really, I wonder why. Is it because of the exchange rate right now is really good? But yeah, it's really interesting.
I mean, I think it's also because this whole post-COVID thing is like, now tourists is coming back with revenge. Where like we were so locked up. Like
That's
now it's
true.
like,
That's true.
and then airline prices were down too because they
True.
needed more people to go.
True, but why
So
Japan
I
specifically?
think that's
What I
part of
mean,
it.
right? But I mean,
Yeah.
Japan specifically, it seems like everyone's talking about Japan. Everyone's going to Japan. That's why what makes me curious. But after going, I do understand for sure. But it's very yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and I think Japan too because they're super safe. Everyone masked by culture.
Yeah,
Like that's just how
that's
they
true.
are.
That's true. That's another thing I like about Japan.
Yeah, when
and Korea too. It's very safe. When you walk
yeah.
around, even at midnight, no matter if you're a man or a woman, it's like you're probably okay. You know, I mean, I wouldn't say like 100% right because nothing's a guarantee, but most likely you'll be okay. Yeah, because a lot of people are still out and about too during that time.
Yeah, and I think like if you think about it, even criminals, they have certain honor, like triads and stuff. They're not gonna just go against like civilians, right?
That's true.
There's still
That's
an honor amongst like criminals and thieves, so they'll kind of like keep people away. I mean, that's
That's
what I would think, you know?
that's what I heard. Like the yakuza like kind of keeps or maintains order in their way too. So like the common
hmm
like more petty criminals or whatever, they have to respect that code. Very interesting.
hmm Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So
Korea is also really safe too, by
yeah,
the way. It's very similar to Japan. A lot of it is, I would say, similar, but it's also very safe.
it's funny. So South Korea is very safe.
Right. Well, when I say Korea, I was thinking
Is
like South Korea.
freaking me out. Yeah, I know. Just saying like the way you said it, it was like, oh, very, very safe. But then we know the opposite side effect of it too.
That's true. The only reason I say Korea is because you can't really visit North Korea, even if you wanted to as an American.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
I think before you could, but of course, things change.
It's controlled visits too. Like they
Yeah,
can
of
listen in
course.
on everything.
Yeah.
So
And I think you have to come from the China side. Yeah. Like cross through the
yeah,
China
I don't know how it
side.
works.
I don't know how it works. It's very interesting. Oh, I actually went to the DMZ in Korea. Right up to the border with North.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Like, did you go to the demilitarized zone?
I did. It's very interesting.
So
It's very cool.
So is it like one just big? Like I never been. So is it
Mhm.
one giant like row? I guess of just like
No.
was it
So basically, it's
like
there's many different sections. Like we didn't get to go right up
okay?
to the area where, because I think before there's an area called the joint security area, right? Where in the pictures you see them like there's
Mhm.
like a building, two buildings, the blue buildings, and then you can go inside and literally, if you step on the other half of the building, that's like literally you're technically in North Korea and stuff. And before you could go
Mhm.
inside, right? And you can literally see the North Korean soldiers, the guards standing right across from the border and looking at you, right? And sometimes they have binoculars
Mhm.
looking at you. But I think they closed that
Mhm.
area. You can't go to that area anymore because recently a U.S. soldier tried to defect. I don't know if you heard in the news, but anyway,
What
I
the?
think that's why they closed that area. Yeah, he defected to the North Korea.
Oh,
But it's funny because they actually returned him to the U.S. He's like, yeah,
they're
he's
like,
like,
no, we don't want this guy.
yeah, we don't want this guy. But anyway, so so you can only go up to like this area, like the observatory, right? Where you're like you're high up and you can literally use binoculars or a telescope, I mean, to see the North Korean side. But it's still kind of small because you can see the village, right, and stuff like, and then you can see the North Korean flag and the South Korean flag, like literally probably like a couple 100 feet from each other too. And there's like a river, so that's as close as you can get. Yeah, it's very
Oh
interesting
wow.
though.
So how big is the distance of the demilitarized zone, like the DMZ, between the border of North and South?
You know what? I actually don't know. I think they told us at some point during the tour, but
Oh, okay.
I don't really remember.
What is it?
Uh,
Is it short enough that you can see the other side?
no, I mean, because there's like many layers too, right? Like just getting to the demilitarized zone, you have to get to the guard station, the South Korean guard station and stuff, where they have soldiers. Yeah, it's funny. It's very interesting. Like once you get past a certain part of the highway, on the highway or the freeway, they have like these barricades. It's very interesting. Like they set up these barricades, but so you but not like they're not blocking the road, but they're like kind of like alternating, right? So one on the left, one on the right, and so forth and so forth. So the bus has to zigzag through it because you have to take tours. You can't just go there by yourself. You have to sign up for a tour.
Mm-hmm.
So the bus had to zigzag, isn't that? Yeah, I wonder why it's like that. Maybe it's so that you have to slow down, right? Maybe. But then once you get to the guard station, the soldiers come on, and I think they have to not inspect, but they have to make sure, like they have to account for everyone on the bus, right? And then when you leave, you also have to have the same amount on the bus, right? And stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then once you get past
Feels like
that,
a
you
high
get to the
school
main
field
area.
trip.
I know, right? But once you get past that, you get to the main area and where they have like, it's funny because they have gift shops and stuff and like souvenir shops where you can actually buy like North Korean money. Like, I think it's legit.
What?
I think it's legit because they said it.
That's
They
weird.
got it from the black market or something in China or something. Yeah. And then, once you get past that, then you get to like the closer, right? You get closer to the border. You get to the observatory and you get to the joint security area. And so there's different, like, many layers to the militarized zone. Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
and then we had, as part of the tour, we actually got to check out one of these tunnels that the North Koreans built to infiltrate South Korea, that the South Koreans discovered. I think there's like 3 tunnels that they discovered, right? I think there are a lot more tunnels, but yeah. And then we can go down and stuff too. It's very interesting.
That reminds me of like when people go to tour in Vietnam, part of
Oh
the
yeah.
tours is like going into
Very-
the Viet Cong tunnels.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's in Gucci.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very famous
Yeah.
tunnels, the Kong tunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was very interesting. But other than that, it was a good trip in general. Very, to be honest, it's very long. Maybe a bit too long. So by the end, I
Mhm.
was like, especially since we had to fly so much, So because basically I flew from
Yeah.
US to Taiwan, Taiwan to Korea. But Korea, we went to 3 different locations too. So it's like we had to fly to Busan in the south, the city. And then we went to Jeju Island, so we had to fly there as well. And then Jeju to Seoul to Japan, Japan back. So it's like 6 flights total. So it's a bit tiring. But
Mhm.
other than that, it was good.
Yeah.
A long trip.
That's cool. I
Yeah.
don't. I mean, I would want to visit Korea at some point. It's so difficult now with the kids. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like,
Yeah, it's hard to travel.
yeah.
It's, I'm sure.
And I'm just like, I hope they don't do stuff to piss off the government, or not government, but just like general, like public display, because
Yeah. Oh, I
you know
see
the
that.
culture the culture in the public is different there than here.
Oh, yeah, for
So
sure.
it's just like,
Sometimes I feel like we were being
yeah.
annoying Americans because we would talk on the train sometimes. Nobody else is talking. I don't think you're
Oh yeah, you're not really. You're not.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
I know. See, so that's
And
I
they're just like
understand.
you don't. You're not supposed to. Yeah, yeah. You're not supposed to use video on certain areas. Most
Mhm,
areas
mhm.
actually. I'm
Yeah.
not supposed to take photos in most public areas.
Oh,
So
and also Japan, something I found
all that
interesting.
stuff.
I actually knew about it before I went, so I didn't violate this. But I think a lot of tourists do it anyway. I think like especially in Dotonbori or the places, I think it's okay in the touristy places or the street food, but you're not supposed to walk and eat. Did you know that? Or it's not. It's frowned upon. I mean.
I heard something. Yeah, I heard something about that. So we did avoid doing that too.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, it was kind of a. I mean, I heard about it at first, but I didn't know how true it was. But I asked my Japanese friend, and she confirmed it. Yeah, you're not supposed. That's why I remember when she
Yeah.
because she actually in Osaka because she lives in her family lives in Kobe, which is like an hour from Osaka, right?
hmm
She actually took
hmm
us around Osaka, showed us around, and I remember going to buy some ice cream, and then she's like, "Okay, let's stand here, like, let's finish eating, and then we can go." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I asked her like, "Oh yeah, I heard about it too. Is that true?" She's like, "Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah." But yeah, so that was basically my trip. Definitely need to go back to Japan.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a
do
good
more.
trip. Yeah, you did a lot of things I did, and then there are things that I did you didn't do, or things you
Mhm.
did I didn't do. So,
Mm,
so here's a question from
yeah,
John Layola from the One Track Gamers podcast.
yeah. Oh yeah, John.
And he said, yeah. So John says, Japan is one of my bucket lists to visit. If you were to
Mhm.
go, which we already both went, but he doesn't know that. So if you were to go, what's the place you would go to first? And for him, it's Akihabara. So I
Mhm.
guess if we were to go again, what would be our first place we would want to go? Knowing what
I
we
would
know
go
now, you
again.
know?
I think I would go to, for me personally, I would go to Kyoto and check out the temples because I think that's something I kind of regret not doing. Or I mean, I didn't regret it, but just didn't have the opportunity because of the circumstances. And I enjoy a lot of those historical buildings and stuff. And it's very serene, so I like that vibe.
Yeah, we went through a bunch of temples, and it was really cool to see how different they were and how similar they were, and kind of like
Yeah.
how the structures have been holding over time. It's just really
Mhm.
interesting, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
It's very historic. How about you?
yeah, and I think we also learned a lot about Shinto because of the shrines too. Like some of the
Mhm.
places, some of the shrines actually are touristy places, so they had like explanations of like certain things they had at the shrine.
I
So
see. I see.
that was cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's very educational, informative.
Did you go to Nara by any chance?
No, see, that's another thing. Yeah, exactly. We didn't get to, but
Oh,
I
okay.
know, I think we talked about it, but for some reason we forgot or we didn't do it for whatever. Yeah. I know it was really
Yeah, I
close
think if
to
I were to
Kyoto,
come
right?
back, yeah, it's close.
Mm.
I think if I were to come back, I would want to go back to either Akihabara or Disney
Mhm.
Sea. Because Disney
Oh, right.
Sea, then we can experience all the outdoor stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And Akihabara, I want to look at the new Sega Towers. Because when I went, it was
Mhm.
the original Sega Towers. And they closed down around COVID time. Like they shut down completely.
Oh,
So
I
the
see.
towers you went to, I think, are new ownership, maybe?
Mm.
So yeah,
Okay.
I want to like
Okay.
see how much it changed post COVID.
Yeah, that would be
So
good. It is really fun. I agree with you. I had a lot of fun. I almost felt like, going back to Nico Nico as a kid, right? Except for this is like, like in Japan. So it's a lot better.
yeah, yep. All right. Let's see. I mean, that's our entire main topic. I mean, we could do a little bit of a game time. I could like think of like,
Sure.
let me see. I could give some
Is it
descriptions
Japan themed?
of.
Are we doing a Japan themed game? No shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are.
Okay, cool.
I'm looking up stuff right now. I'm like
All
just
right.
as we go. It's basically I'm gonna describe you something and you tell me what the name of the Japanese food is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be easy at first and then it'll get harder.
Okay.
So first thing is raw fish. What is that?
Sushi or sashimi.
Yes. Yes. Second thing is it's a noodle dish that is not ramen. It's white noodles.
Udon?
Yep, udon. Next thing is this is battered different like vegetables or shrimp
Oh,
and
the,
it's fried.
your favorite in Japan, the tempura, right?
Yeah, tempura. Next thing
And your
is
favorite in the US
oh
too,
yeah,
right?
I love this too. No, actually, I like this next one in the US. So
Okay.
these are skewers and they put like different meats on them and then they smoke them usually.
Yakitori.
Yes, yakitori. I love yakitori.
I love yakitori too.
So this one I'm not sure if you know. I didn't know the name of this, but this is a rice bowl dish that's almost as popular as ramen in Japan, and it's common like in lunchtime. It's made with like meat, fish,
Oh,
vegetables, and
I just saw it.
you know what I'm talking about?
I just saw that name like just yesterday. I forgot. I know, with the raw egg, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
It has egg in it sometimes, yeah.
I forgot the name. No, I can't remember. What was it?
Yeah, so the general name of this dish is called danbori.
Oh,
The
danbori.
specific one with chicken, egg, and onion, that's called oyakodon.
Oh, yakodon. That's the one I just saw. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I haven't tried that
Next
before.
one, I don't.
Definitely want to try that.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's good. They have it in the US too. It's pretty similar. Next one is this is a traditional Japanese food made by fermenting soybeans in bacteria that is normally in the human
Natto?
gastrointestine. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know what this was. Did you have
Okay.
natto before?
Yeah, it's like they have it at Mitsuwa. Front supermarket. Do you have Mitsuwa? It's like a Japanese
Yeah.
market. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the flavors are
And let's
very
see.
strong if you're not used to it.
Mhm. This is a winter hot pot dish with assortment of
sukiyaki.
vegetables and proteins.
Sukiyaki.
I mean, that's the type. Yeah.
Dang it.
I was looking for
Shabu. Oh, Oden. Oh,
I mean,
okay.
yeah, oden. Yeah, I'm looking for oden.
Oh, is that hot pot? I didn't know it was hot pot. Oh,
Yeah, it says that here. It's a
Oden
hot
was
pot
the
type of
fish
thing.
cake thing
Yeah, that you put in hot pot.
or the soup. Oh, okay, gotcha. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fish cake stew. Oh,
What about this is like that egg thing that they make into like little cubes or little, what I'm talking about. It looks like a crepe dish, but
wait, it looks like a crepe. You said?
it looks like a crepe, but they roll it up into like cubes and they cut it. But it's basically an egg dish. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a
I
Japanese
think I know what you're
omelet.
talking about, but I forgot the name. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I forgot. I can't think. What is it?
It's a tamagoyaki.
Tamago.
Tamagoyaki.
Tamagoyaki? Really? Okay. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Okay.
This next one is I think it's most of the time so like a cold type of noodle. But you could also have it hot, but I think I've seen it more cold.
Soba? Is it soba?
Yes, soba.
Mhm.
The next one are fried pork cutlets.
Tonkatsu.
Yes, tonkatsu. The next one is Japanese like bread rolls.
Bread rolls?
You know that?
Japanese bread rolls. No, I don't.
It's like a sweet bread or okay.
Oh,
It's kashipan.
Kashipan. Okay, pan. Pan? Okay.
And then this one is this next one is basically a Japanese pancake. Deep fried pancake.
Okonomiyaki.
Yep. I'm just trying to scroll through this. Oh, this is basically a Japanese word for freshwater eel.
Unagi.
Yes. This one you find a lot at 7-Eleven and at let me see. This next one, sorry, next one. This next one you find at 7-Eleven. Yeah.
Oh shoot! Wait, I know this. Is it the rice, the little rice thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, I didn't even say rice yet.
Oh my god! I've been saying this name a lot like the last few weeks, and all of a sudden I totally forgot. Right now, give me a second.
I know because we get them a lot.
Onigiri.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait,
next one is
we had them when we were little. Is that what you said? Sorry.
No. Me and my wife, we got them a lot in Japan.
Oh,
Like
Japan.
at 7-Eleven.
Oh, I thought you said we had them a lot when we were little. I'm like, wait, did we? I didn't.
Well, I even do it now because I bought the molds to make them.
Yeah.
So we actually make onigiri at home.
But the thing is, like, I mean, the ones I've gotten here are not as good and also like so expensive. In Japan, they're like the cheapest thing, right?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
So convenient. And the way that they package it to keep the seaweed from touching the rice, it's so smart. Like to keep it from like sogging up. Yeah.
Exactly. But I didn't know how to, and it's so hard to open, like, if you don't know how, like, you screw it up.
Oh, yeah. The first time I got it, I'm like, what is this? I had to go on YouTube.
Had to unwrap the
Yeah.
I really
next
like
one is the
yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. And they have so many different types there.
Yeah, exactly.
Next one is octopus ball. Like they fry it.
Oh, yeah, I know this. Oh, shoot, I forgot. Takoyaki.
Yep, takoyaki. All right, and this last one, I'm not. I never heard of this before, but it's basically a matcha. Sorry, no, hold on. It's a Japanese sweet, made with mochi rice cake, anko paste, and agar, and chestnuts and sugar. They look like round dessert mochi balls.
Oh, I don't know.
They're called wagashi.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I never heard of this.
Me neither.
Like I know they.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
just
I've
know
had
them
it
as,
though.
oh, mochi dessert.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like I've
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure I did too. I just didn't know.
yeah. We don't know what it's
Yeah.
about. Yeah, we just thought it was mochi. Yeah, see,
Yeah, same here.
us Americans.
All right. I know. All right. Well,
How
that's
many did I
the
get
end of
right,
the
Tony?
episode of the new year. I wasn't keeping
Oh,
track.
okay.
But you got
Okay.
most of them right. You got like
All right.
I think you got actually you only missed one, the last one, or maybe two.
No, I missed
I'm
two
not
or
sure.
three. Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah, but yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wow, I did better than I expected. But yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, happy New Year, everybody. This is the
Happy
end of
New
our
Year.
first episode of 2024.
That is right. Happy New
Yeah.
Year. I forgot.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do another Happy New Year episode when Lunar New Year hits.
Oh, I thought you meant
So,
like
we'll
a
see.
year from now. That's our next recording. A year from now. Happy New
Yeah.
Year. Happy 2025, guys.
Yeah. It's been difficult to get you and
Mhm.
Quack at the same time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just the schedules don't work out. So I mean, all three of
he-
us, because
Right.
we're all
What country
super
does he
busy.
live in now? Is he back in the California?
He lives a few blocks from me.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do
Yeah,
remember the
he's
last time
in-
I saw him, he
yeah.
was back here. Okay.
Yeah, he's in Westminster.
Oh, by the way, Tony, I forgot to tell you, my parents also moved to Westminster. Literally.
Oh, really?
I probably live
Oh.
close to you guys too. It's kind of funny. Yeah.
Is your brother still like living there, or is he living on his own?
Oh no, he's married. He's like living in close by in La Palma.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, like he's married, but because some people live with their parents. who are married, so-
No, they don't.
Okay.
They have their own place.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Hurdy-Gurdy and Warp Speed, everybody. See ya.
Peace.
I loved Power Glove.
Come with me if you want to live.
I loved Power Glove.
No time for time travel.